Well, I didn't know you could compare yourself positively to a parking garage, but I guess tonight's full of surprises. Hey guys, again, solo review this month. Again, this month has just been an absolute mess, for so many reasons that I don't have time to get into. But, yeah, like Grant's out of town, Howard's trying to make money, but he has to wake up early in the morning, and Matt's at work, and Ron's in L. Is Ron in LA? I actually don't know. The point is, it's just a hectic time for everyone all around. So yeah. So I gotta see the romantic comedy by myself, or the... Is it still technically... I guess it's still technically a romantic comedy, even though the whole point is to make fun of romantic comedies, while also celebrating romantic comedies in a way, even though it spends the whole week kind of making fun with cliches. I guess maybe it's celebrating the point... I don't know. Either way. Whatever. The comedy. The Rebel Wilson comedy. So yeah, just me with a bunch of couples and groups of teenagers and me sitting at the top row by myself in dead center, wearing all black with the Batman beanies. I'm just like, happiness, joy, what are these things? Me. I'm gonna look at the cast of this movie so I don't have to keep referring back to it as I go on. So I don't have to do the awkward look up later. But yeah, Is It a Romantic is, for those who don't know, is a movie that is like, is meant to like make fun of romantic comedies. It's all about his character Rebel Wilson, who's an architect who is very, very cynical towards romantic comedies in general, and it goes on this big long spiel to her assistant about why all romantic comedies are dumb and all the cliches and that. It's like okay, which got a few laughs out of me, I'll admit. But when she gets there, she tries to be more open with some guy in a subway, but then he tries to mug her, and then he knocks herself out, and she wakes up and she is in a romantic comedy. And the rest of it is just how she gets out of the romantic comedy, how she deals with the cliches of the romantic comedy. There's a lot of meta jokes, and I guess I should say my overall opinion of this movie before I really get into this. This might surprise a lot of people here, but I actually kind of like this movie. Yeah, it kind of worked for me. It wasn't great. I don't think I'm ever going to watch this again unless like somebody wants to watch it with me. But for what it was, I actually enjoyed it. This made me laugh quite a few times, especially since it stars two actors that I notoriously hate in whatever they're in, which is, that's one reason I want to look at IMDb, because I can't remember his name. Adam Devine plays Josh. He is the friend-zoned love interest that you know they're going to end up together in the end, which the movie points out at one point. And Rebel Wilson, who I usually hate in everything I've seen her in. But both of them are surprisingly pretty good in this. And it just goes to show you that a lot of these actors who get saddled into sidekick roles in comedies work way better as, for lack of a better term, straight men. Or straight woman in this case. Where they're just the ones reacting to all the bizarre shit. Because Rebel Wilson, as much as I give her shit for a lot of her other roles, is actually pretty funny in this. And a lot of it's just because she has a great way of reacting to the dumb shit going on around her. It's not relying on the same old shtick of, oh, I'm fat, look how dumb I look, that she's unfortunately been saddled with a lot of her movies right now. This one actually I think there's like no fat jokes in this now I think about it. There's like one at the beginning, I think. But other than that, there's actually a shocking lack of it. There was more in that Amy Schumer movie, I Feel Pretty, which is this is a way better version of, quite frankly. But yeah, this movie, Rebel Wilson is actually really, really funny, and she does have some great dry wit, and she bounces really, and her and Adam Devine work really well off each other. Adam Devine is same thing. He plays the straight man in this, along with Rebel Wilson, who's just kind of reacting to all the weird shit going on, although he's not aware that he's romantic comedy. He's acting like he's not, and he and Rebel Wilson actually have really, really good chemistry together. Liam Hemsworth is in this. He plays like the perfect romantic comedy version of a rich boyfriend, and he's hilarious. All the Hemsworth family seems to have really good comedic timing. I wish they'd do more comedies. Very, really enjoyable. There is definitely a problem, like, I think, like, the first few jokes, first, like, half dozen jokes for, when she goes in the romantic comedy world are really, really funny. And, like, and I think I'm partially biased because I'm a sucker for meta humor. I love meta humor. It's my favorite kind in comedies, so, there is a bit of a problem of, like, the premise kind of starts to wear thin as the beats keep going, especially since a lot of the humor kind of relies on pointing out the cliches that happen. It's still, like, there's still parts that made me laugh. Actually, I laughed a lot more than this I thought I was going to. There was, like, one or two belly laughs. Like, the one joke that really got me, I thought was really, really funny, is that there's this ongoing joke throughout, like, in this whole world, like, nothing bad can happen in this world. Like, everything goes swimmingly, everything's happy-go-lucky, everyone is, like, everything's colorful and flowery and yada, yada, yada. So it was this ongoing joke, where, like, well, I guess it's not really ongoing because it only happens twice. I kind of wish it happened more, though, because there's a really funny joke. Where every time she gets mad and she throws something out the window, you hear some person go, "Oh, thank you," like at the bottom of the window. Like it's like the first joke has she goes into her apartment. It's much bigger than her old one was, and everything's like much nicer and fancier, like when you look in a romantic comedy. And she gets mad. She throws a bouquet of flowers outside the window, and you just hear this guy at the bottom. You don't see him. You just hear him, and he goes, "Oh, these are lovely." So it's like, that was really funny. And the other one that made me really laugh too is the part where there's an alarm goes off, and like after her and Liam Hemsworth have sex, I guess, and she throws an alarm clock out the window, and you just hear a guy go, "Oh, I guess I could use something like this. Thank you." And like stuff, there's some jokes in like that are surprisingly clever. And I guess that's how I describe the movie in general. It's surprisingly clever. It's not brilliant. It's not like it wasn't like, "Oh my god, this is one of the funniest comedies I've seen in a long time." It's more like, for what it was, I enjoyed it. I liked the characters. I liked the story. I liked like the moral it kind of went with. I did like how it picked apart the cliches of the romantic comedy genre, even though I did feel like the premise were a little thin towards the middle and towards the end, but it worked. It all came together in a pretty nice package. I mean, this is gonna be a short review because I really don't have a whole lot to say about this, so sorry if these aren't as, like, rambunctious and tomfoolery when they're by myself, but maybe you guys don't mind, because the Happy Death Day to You one is actually doing pretty good. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. But yeah, like, it's clever, it's fun, it was kind of interesting. There is, like, at the very, very end of the film, there is, like, an additional dance number that does not need to be there. And that was the one part where I was like, okay, movie, you've made your point. You've done all the jokes. Wrap it up. That was good. And because at that point, I felt like I was being held hostage, waiting for the credits to roll. And when it finally did, while the music video was still going, I was the only one that stood up and just left, which just made me kind of feel like an asshole, because I was in a fairly packed theater. There's this, like, group of chatty women behind me. Thankfully, they were respectful for the most part during the movie, but they were laughing at giggling the whole time. And I'm like the one guy, again, alone, wearing all black with the Batman beanie, just the first one, just stand up and march out of the fucking theater. They must have thought I hated it. Not that it matters, but because I love myself, you know, that's what matters. I love myself, which actually is a very important lesson. I don't want to don't belittle that. I'm just making a reference to the actual movie. But yeah, there's really not a whole lot to say about this. It's good. I liked it. It's not great, but it was entertaining. And maybe it's just because I'm getting older, or maybe I've softened in my older age, but I don't really have the same vitriol I have towards romantic comedies that I used to, or at least ones that put in some effort like this. I'm willing to, like, go along with it, and this one does have a lot of effort in there. You can tell people were trying. It's more like, it doesn't feel like a cynical manufactured romantic comedy. It feels like it's making fun of the cynicism, but also kind of like I mentioned before, also kind of celebrating the romantic comedy genre, even though acknowledging how flawed it is. There is an ongoing joke with the gay best friend, which they point out that cliche right off the bat, and then the character shows up in the alternate universe. Like, the stuff he said was kind of hit and miss as far as comedy goes, but the running gag that was funny is just how you just randomly appear somehow, and that the joke is that he has no life outside of her love life. So, like, there are a few clever, funny gags with that. And yeah, everyone's clearly having a lot of fun with it. So, yeah, I recommend it. Like, this is a this. If you were going to like if you're doing doing a couples night, like this would be a good one to go with. Yeah, it's not extraordinary, but for what it was, I had a good time with it. I enjoyed it. I laughed more than I thought I was going to. So, yeah, it's honestly probably my favorite Rebel Wilson movie, surprisingly, which, granted, isn't really saying much considering what I've seen Rebel Wilson in, but I gotta give credit where credit's due, which is as like way to show, like, it's one of those things like, okay, this is the part where I do have to swallow my pride. And like, okay, I think Rebel Wilson can be a good actress. I think she just needs to pick better roles rather than the fat sidekick role she's been saddled with for years. And maybe this is her getting out of it. I don't know. Times are changing. Same with Adam Devine, because Rebel Wilson and Adam Devine are oddly best when they're not trying to be funny, if that makes sense. Like, when they're not doing slapstick, when they're not just making fun of faces, when they're not just mugging for the camera, when they're not just making noises, and that's the joke. When they're not just making like doing like wannabe Jim Carrey shit, they can actually be pretty funny. They just gotta play it. They just work better when they're playing it straight. That's really what it boils down to. Because I laughed quite a bit with their interactions, and I liked the characters they were playing. Yeah, I can't think of any other movie they've done where I've gotten that, where I've said, you know what, I liked Rebel Wilson, I liked Adam Devine. So, I can say about Liam Hemsworth at the very least. Can I? Now that I think about it, what has Liam Hemsworth done that I've seen? Maybe I'm thinking of Chris. Oh, okay, I didn't really like him in Hunger Games. Sorry, Liam, I'm gonna look you up real quick. I forgot he was in Independence Day 2. We don't talk about that one. The Muppets, maybe? Oh god, maybe this is the most I've liked Liam Hemsworth in something too. Oh god, I think it is. Sorry, Liam, I thought I was thinking of Chris. Yeah, like Liam Neeson's not Liam Neeson, god. Liam Hemsworth is watching this review. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Anyway, I'm rambling now. Overall, I like the acting. I'm repeating myself now. I recommend it. It's fun. Go see it if you want. But if you saw the trailer and you thought, that looks funny, you'll probably like it. So then let me go with the trailer so I can go home. Most of these I've seen before, but there's one at the end I gotta talk a fair amount about, so let's go through them. The first trailer I got was for the live action remake of Aladdin. This is the teaser trailer I got, but I might as well talk about the newer trailer while I'm at it, because I think that's the one that's definitely been getting the most attention. It's no secret how much I hate these live-action remakes. Especially, honestly, Disney's live-action department in general, I've had a lot of fucking problems with the past couple of years. But I'm hoping this is the straw that'll break the camel's back and kind of bring everyone to my side of thinking as far as the Aladdin movie goes. Because, man, the vitriol that the Will Smith genie conjured up from the original trailer was so bitter and so venomous. I'm like, oh my god, maybe that's it. Trying to recast one of the most legendary, like, star-powered Disney roles of all time. You may try and recast that and doing it badly. It's what's finally gonna turn everyone against these goddamn live-action remakes. God, I can hope. Cause man, I don't want to sit through these fucking movies, even though I know I gotta see The Lion King, which I don't even know how that counts as a live-action remake. Yeah, we trained the lions, guys. No, of course not. But yeah, like, I remember watching that, like, hearing, like, Will Smith's fucking, Will Smith's genie, like, trending, and then I looked at the trailer, I was like, oh, God. Like, I haven't had a reaction that bad since I saw Steppenwolf in theaters. It's like, that is not a good sign. Oh, that looks ugly. Oh, that looks so ugly. The whole movie honestly looks kind of ugly. That being said, I like some of the costume designs. And like, if you're gonna go full Bollywood, go full Bollywood. But man, that just looks bad. And then we got Breakthrough, which is that Christian movie that I've talked about before. Men in Black International, I've talked about before. Rockin' Man, talked about that one before. But I did get a trailer from a movie called Yesterday, which movie I actually have not heard about until today, or at least if I have, I don't remember it. Where it's basically about a failing musician who gets in an accident one day and then wakes up in a world where the Beatles don't exist. So I guess it's kind of like this movie, actually. So he just steals the Beatles songs and gets famous doing that. Which is like, alright, as far as premises go, it's not bad. So that's kind of a wait and see. That could be good, that could be not, we'll see. Then we got the trailer for The Hustle, which again, if you want to talk about bad Rebel Wilson, this is the kind of shit I'm talking about, where it's less reliant on her wit and her ability to actually deliver lines and more on just how dumb she can act and how they can make fun of how uncoordinated she is or how unattractive she is, or like how socially unattractive, I should say, she is, or maybe not socially is the wrong word. What's the word I'm looking for, guys? Hollywood's definition of unattractive. There we go. That's that kind of word I'm looking for. And when those are kind of the jokes, it doesn't really let her shine as an actual comedic actress. Which I can't believe I'm saying that about Rebel Wilson, but here we are. So, like, and this is also, the more I see this trailer, the more it starts to dawn on me. This is one of those comedies that does not trust the audience enough to get the dumb jokes it's making and why it's funny, so it feels it needs to explain it to you. And there are two scenes in the trailer in particular that highlight that. The first one is like the trash bag bit, where she used her dress to disguise herself with the trash bags in the back. And then, in case you didn't get that joke, she stands up and goes, "Oh, trashy dress, you've done it again." Which I guess might be more of a joke in that she's done this kind of thing before, but it seems more like it doesn't trust the audience to get it. And the second one is in the very end of the trailer when she says, like, she tries to like shoot the what do they call it, the peasant, and she hits him, and Anna Hathaway goes, "Oh, that was unexpected." It's like, you get it? It was funny because it was unexpected. We really don't trust you as an audience member to get this. But then again, you didn't pay full price to go see this, so maybe you are that dumb. Oh, I shouldn't shit on people that like this kind of thing, but I'm shitting on people that like this kind of thing. Anyway, so that's The Hustle. Then I got Shazam, which, again, I'm looking forward to that. I think that one's gonna be good. And then the last one I got was The Sun Is Also a Star, which, oh my god, if any movie trailer almost made me puke in my fucking seat, it was this trailer. And now, I haven't had, like, this, like, negative reaction to one of these kinds of trailers in a while. Because it's a fucking YA movie, but the way it presents itself is in this such bullshit, unearned, pretentious kind of way that makes it seem like if A Life Itself was made by the people who made any of the Nicholas Sparks movies. It feels like that. Like, the writing is, like, really pretentious, where you have the girl who's, like, made of science, like, I don't like, and then she runs into the hopeless poet, and then the poet goes, and then she goes, "Oh, let me guess. All your poems are about love or whatever." And he goes, "Not all of them." And he goes, "Ugh." And then she goes, "Ugh, I don't believe in love." Like, and then he goes like, I can convince you one day that love exists. I'm gonna make you fall in love with me. And like, and it's played dead serious. Like, it's played dead straight in the trailer. Like, really? 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 this is dialogue we're supposed to take seriously. And I'm willing to, like, this, I'm just gonna laugh from the trailer, but I was getting a lot of Life Itself vibes, and that, oh god, fuck that pretentious horse shit. And if it's anything like that, it's like, oh god, it's gonna be a painful fucking sit, and I really hope I don't have to do it by myself this year. That being said, if it really is as hoity-toity and up its own ass as it seems to be, it might be an entertaining watch. But anyway, that was the last trailer I got. So yeah, is it romantic? I liked it. I recommend it. Again, if it's one of those things, if you saw the trailer and you thought, oh, that looks really dumb, or you saw the trailer, like, you know what, that I might actually like that, and then you're probably right. So, yeah. I'm still in the middle of catch-up, as you can plainly see. I'm gonna have to do a little more catch-up, because the rest of my week is kind of jam-packed. I'm gonna try to talk about Go See and talk about How to Train Your Dragon 3 on Friday. But tomorrow and Thursday I'm pretty booked up. So, don't expect any more new videos for the next couple days, but I'll have something for you guys on Friday. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Check you all later. Bye-bye.